Hello, my champs. Thank you so much, as always, for your positive vibes. And if you're new here, welcome home. Here we keep it real, have fun. We share content on beauty, motherhood, and motivation. So if this is your kind of content, kindly subscribe and click on that notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you get notified. Clubbing can be quite exciting, especially if it's the first time for you in the club. And that was the same thought that I had, that I knew that, you know what, my first time in the club, yani, the outfit I'll be wearing, the people I'll go with, the club of choice, the person maybe I will be the man, like not really the man. But the boyfriend. Of course, I intended to go my first time to the club with my boyfriend. So I was like, hey, even the boyfriend, how will be dressed? Yani, ka vibe tu, katakuwa tu, tuko tu, we are ready to do this thing. Where? I was in Form 2. So back in Form 2, in my neighborhood, I had a really close friend. And she decided, her with her friends, they needed to go to rave. I don't know whether people still call it rave. 2000 babies. All right. So we decided, no, they decided they needed to go clubbing. And I think I was at that moment in time of the stage in my life where it was adolescence. And for me, Aki, I'm coming from a background where I have strict dad. So my mom really can't help much. So it was just the dad, kusema. So my dad is overly strict. And coming from such a background and a Christian background, those two things, I don't think putting in the club in between, there's any negotiation. So she approached me and she told me, by the way, sit in the club. And I'm like, wow. Alafu sasa, how is it going to happen? Like, you're telling me to go to the club. Am I supposed to ask for permission? What am I supposed to do really? Can I be, Lili wewe, jipange man, jipange. These things only happens once. So ebu niambie, before 9, si tuna plan kutoka 9. So you just tell me if you're going to join us. They were older than me. I was in Form 2. They were already done with high school. So I would say minimum age gap was around 4. Minimum. So it can be more. I don't remember. But it can be more. So I was like, damn. Akineza taka kuenda kuona club, what people do, how is it like? Yeah, I listen to these songs that I normally see on TV. So that day is the day I decided, you know what? I am going to go clubbing with or without my parents' permission. And I will go and have fun and I will come back. With me in my pocket was only transport money. I think by that time it was 30 bob. So it was just 60 shillings. So I didn't have water, as in money for water. I didn't have money for the drinks, money for food, money for a taxi. So matatu zikigoma, mimi nayo, I would have walked back home. So I told her, you know what, I don't have like really money, but I would really want to come this time. She told me, don't worry, I got you, girl. I will sort you. So ile tu like maji, you're there, you're wondering time itafika saa ngapi, watu waende wakalale, so that you can able to sneak out. Again, how will you be able to sneak back in? What will happen huko hivyo nje? As in, I was just like, the excitement is too much that you even start getting anxious. So finally 9 ikafika. Kama kawaida African timers, no one was out by 9. My parents at your time ndio hata wameamua sasa ni kama leo atulali mapema, and they used to sleep so early. So like no one has slept until 9. Still people are still moving around. Hiyo ndo time sijui mtu anataka sasa kubrush meno. People are just aimless moving. So you can't really even start getting dressed because everyone is expecting you, in fact, to undress, like underdress, so that you go to bed. Sasa ikafika around 9:40. So my dad has already gone to sleep. My mom ndo anamalizia kitchen stuff nini. Mimi nishavaa night dress but nika sneak ka trouser na ka jumper, not ka jumper, a hood and a t-shirt and the shoe. So my mom ameenda kulala hivi, ameniona mimi nimeamka, akaniambia, by the way, na ufunge milango. I'm like, that's a good point, because if I lock the door, it's so easy, they will not even know nimelock from inside nikalala ama ni from outside nikaishia. So nikafunga mlango na nikatoka. As in, guy, my heartbeat was so high. If people die from just the heartbeat being super fast, hiyo siku ningededi. But I was already out, so I needed to just leave. So we meet with my friends, my hoodmate. Anachukua mabeshte zao, sisi hao, stage, matatu, we leave. And this story, it happened more than 10 years ago. So I might not really remember the name of the club, but according to how I normally see in town, because we went to KICC first and then now we went to the club. So I feel like it was the movement from KICC to the club wasn't that far. So I normally think ni easy clubs zenye zinakuanga Kimathi Street. By that time, of course, they weren't the same clubs, kama GB, whatever, the clubs that they were. So they had other names, but I can bet like 98% sure zilikuwa hizo clubs ziko hapo hivyo Kimathi Street. So kufika, it's like they were waiting for someone who was supposed to come and pick them from nje so that they can get inside. So we go, I think there were 3 girls. Yes, there were 3 girls plus me 4. Of course, I'm the youngest, sina ID. So they had told that guy, but they tumekam na beshte yetu na hana ID. So these bouncers are here outside. Definitely, if we go inside, ataulizwa ID. So you guys have to come talk to the bouncer so that they can allow us to do what? To go inside. So I think when guys are drunk, you do things very slowly. Unataka kujibamba huko ndani, utaki kutoka. So this guy really took long. Like he really took long, more than 30 minutes. So hiyo time yote yenye tuko hapo nje, guys are walking around, cars are parked, nini. So one guy approaches us. Akakuja akaanza, hi, I'm so and so, I don't remember the name. I'm so and so, this is what I do. I work for modeling agencies, so I help cast models and then we train them and we help them get jobs for advertisement and then you appear on billboard. Hey, a Form 2 who is in adolescent stage, who does not know anything. Like, I was so naive. I'm here listening to myself, yani nikai nikume ninaweza kuwa kwa billboard, nikirudi shule mimi ni ule mceleb. So I really got intrigued by what this guy was saying, and I think when you're talking to people, you can totally get and realize who is really hooked to your story and who are just like, wacha kutupima. So I realized aka nikatoi na I think naweza kakaentize, so I just need to get time with her. So during that conversation, ashasema what he does, and even on side hustles, I have a tour van, I normally take tourists due to where I get evil. Hizo story mingi, the guy from the club who was supposed to come and pick us comes. Akaongea na bouncer hapo kidogo, nikaona wamemalizana and she said, what? You guys come. Hey, so this the lady who I was with, of course my neighbor, my friend, akanambia twende Lili. So nikitaka kuenda akanishika mkono. Now this guy who approached us when we were just waiting, akanishika kwa mkono, akaambia my friends, kidogo nilikuwa naomba nimuongeleshe kidogo just for a few minutes if you don't mind. So my friend akaniuliza, Lili uko sawa? Mimi niko like, in my head I think everyone is just okay, everyone is so nice, the world is such a friendly place, because I'm a child, everyone will take care of me, they will understand. Yeah, so that kind of attitude. I was like, yeah, nitakuwa sawa. When I'm done with him, I will give you a call. I had a bambe kingine hapo. I think alikuwa ka Huawei. That is what I was using because for me my dad gave me a phone in campus. Hii ingine nilikuwa tu nimepewa tu for communication purposes. So that ka Huawei thing. Nikamwambia, see, I have a phone, so I will call you nikimaliza. So they got inside. Huyu jamaa akanipea story. So I think we were just talking just normal things, and we got into now relationship talks, like, hi, do you have a boyfriend? I think I wanted to impress him, so I told him, yes, I do have a boyfriend. So akaanza kuniuliza, what do you guys do together? Have you had sex? I was like, no, we've not had sex, but we do romance. Ile tu kujichocha ya guy. Oi, not I didn't even have a boyfriend. That I couldn't even imagine having one. So yeah, we do romance, but we've never had sex. Akaniuliza, you look very young. How old are you? I told him I was when we from Tuyo. Yeah. I told him I was like 15 there or 16. Akaniambia, oh yeah, by the way, because I noticed you're very young, but out of all your friends, you're the most prettiest. Aki msichana mgani wa form 2 akiambiwa hivyo haezi cheesy. So that phrase made my thinking capacity end there. As in, if I was thinking before that, hapo ndo iliishia. Sasa nikajua nimefika. Mimi ndio mrembo hata kushinda mabeshte zangu. And wao walishatoka shule. Me, I'm still in school. I don't even have makeup on and I'm pretty. Kwisha, Lili, we ni mrembo. So this guy akaniambia, actually before the guy told me anything, it was a soldier. When you soldiers wanakuanga wa buildings, wanaangalia magari, akakuja akatuambia, you guys, hapa kuna magari za watu, and anything happens, mi ndio nitaulizwa. So if you guys can move pale mbele, mwende mkongelelea huko mbele, not karibu na hizi magari. Mimi niko na by the way, staki story, si tukasonga. Kusonga after like another like 10-15 minutes akatukujia, you guys, you're still in front of these cars, I'm still the one who's checking them. Mjamaa akaona opportunity, akaniambia soja anatusumbua, so what you can do is let's get into my car and talk there. Haki, the naive me got inside his car, na ni usiku. I don't even know this guy. I think I only knew his name, just one name, and whatever he was doing, which I don't even think it was ever true. So I got there and I was like, sini hapa tuko gari tunatoka kwa parking lot. It's not like we are doing anything. So tukakaa, tumeongea tu stories of relationship, tumeongea how, by the way, he can take me out when I come from school during holidays. Me, I'm like, okay, ni sawa tu. We've talked about how he's going to help me get into modeling, and then I get into a billboard. So I'm so just excited about life. Life seems to be going on smoothly. Akapigiwa simu. So si mjamaa akapigiwa simu. And bits of the conversation was going like, okay. Mtaka come club? Hata mimi niko tao. Sawa. Uko home? Acha nikukujie. So the guy hangs up the phone. Alafu akageuka akaniambia, by the way, kuna cousin yangu ako tu hapa. Aki, guys, I'm sorry, I don't remember these places because it is just a traumatizing event. So ako hapa tu karibu, it's like a 5 minutes drive. Anataka kuja club, and since I'm already here, let's just go pick him and then we come back. The naive me did what again? Alisema, si amesema 25 minutes drive, let's go. According to my thinking, again, the drive, how we went, and how the road was, there were trees and it was a bit dark, like there were no building on the sides of the road. So I normally think we went either Westie side or we went towards Nairobi Uni hostels, as in Nauko. So tukapita hiyo hostels tukaenda Nauko Lavi. So it was either Lavington side or Westland side, but haikuwa far sana. So tukaenda, tukadrive, tukafika kwa gate. So at least I saw, okay, tumefika kwa gate, so it's legit. Akauliza soja, cousin yangu wako wapi? Akasema, huyu ametoka tu saa hii. So me, I'm like, guy, kwani we were coming for someone, so how come all of a sudden this guy would change their mind and then just check, and they know their cousin was coming up, as in was coming to pick them up. So by that time, still nothing has registered. So the guy see and a reverse. So instead of the guy going back to how we came, he started moving mbele. And I think now that is when it registered to me, oh gosh, I made a mistake going with this person. So tuna drive, then the story changes. Akaniambia, see, you told me you romance your boyfriend, so I want you to romance me now. And I'm like, what? I wish you knew I've never even hugged a guy, I wish you knew that those things are not even real. I don't even know how people start doing it. It was just a conversation that was trying to look cool. And I start panicking, and I think my friend now alitoka club, amona au msee wameongea sana, let me go and check on her. So akatoka nje, akanikosa, akanipigia simu. So the phone is ringing and I can't pick because this jama told me don't pick that phone. So the moment he told me don't pick that phone is the moment I knew, you know what, I either have two choices. I listen to this guy and I survive, or I don't listen to him and I just die here and then. Remember, nimehepa home. My parents think me I'm fast asleep na snow. My friends, they came with me to the club. I didn't even tell them where I'm going. Looking at my phone is at 2%. Sina charger. Yani, if there's a time that I really felt defeated and I felt like, guy, what is this? What was I thinking? My thinking now came back. Like, do you know what? You trusted a stranger. It was at night. First of all, you sneaked, so no one knows you're dying because your friends and your parents don't even have the contact for this person. So tukutoa hapo tu kwa gari tu ananiambia, hey, and I'm serious. So ulisema you romance your boyfriend. So now show me what you do to him. And he parked somewhere at the side and he started unzipping. Guy, panicky. I think tears started. I think I was too shocked to cry, but my eyes were watery. I was too shocked to cry because I didn't want to cry, nimshtue and he hurt. And also I didn't want to like misbehave for him just to take advantage of me. So this phone ikaring mpaka ikazima. So now remember, I don't know which club we were in. I don't know my way back. It was my first time to come to town at night alone. So I don't know which direction. I didn't even get, at least I got the name of the club. Yeah, I remember I had gotten the name of the club. That is what that saved me. So when this guy now was unzipping and coming on top of me now, tukasikia knock at the window. Kufungua hivi chini ni karao. So this karao anatuuliza, mnafanya nini hapa saa hii? So this guy panics, he jumps back to his driver's seat and we drive like mad. So me, before we drive, when this karao was like knock mnafanya nini, I was like, should I scream so that he helps me, or should I just go with this guy? Then I remembered, if I scream this guy to help me, they will take me to jail, right? Or they will have to contact my parents. My parents know niko wapi? Niko pa kitanda. Imagine I had no other option than to go with this said guy. That is how afraid I was of my dad. The fact that I'd rather risk my life with someone than just get help from a policeman. So see, this guy is driving like crazy, like, because I think he was thinking maybe the karawa namfuata. So we are driving like crazy. So me already, my mind is thinking, but this guy is going to throw me somewhere. I don't even know where I am. It's at night. Nika huko Mawan. I don't even have fare to come to know where I'm going. This guy, I'm already a panic, so he might just dump me here and kill me. My head was overthinking and thinking about just all sorts of negatives. So I think he noticed that I was so panicked. He told me, by the way, I'm just going to my house to change the car. The policeman has already seen my number plate. So in my head, I'm like, I can't really trust you and what you're about to do to me. So true to his word, tunaingia a certain apartments. Then parking, he tells me, give me a minute. He goes, and after a few minutes, I see he's come back. I'm change. I've got another set of keys. And ananiambia, toka kwa hiyo gari, come to this one. I get in, and then now he says he's dropping me back to where he found me. So in between, just as he's driving, there's so much awkwardness and so much just uncomfortability and scared, as in I was so scared because I didn't know, this guy was acting so psycho. One moment you're good to me, the other moment you're so bad, the other moment you want to take advantage of me, and you're like, guy, it changed my whole thinking about just men in general, just people, the way I used to see people when I was a child, that people are nice, people will always care for the younger ones, people are always kind. Ilishia hapo. So I wasn't even sure if he was taking me back. So tukaenda, and I think because of the awkwardness I was crying. Akaona huyu dembe there sitafika na yeye, so aliniachanga somewhere on the road. So nikashuka, nikaona wacha tu nishuke. So ni venye nilishuka, I'm just walking, crying. I don't know how far I have to walk. I don't even know the direction, but at least I knew the name of the place. So I meet some ladies coming my way. Wawili, they were street hookers, and I decided, hey, these are the only people I can meet and they can help me, plus they are females. So I asked them, do you know such and such a club? Wako like, hata huko mbali sana umefika. Naanza, na uko poa, mbona unalia? Niko like, no, I'm fine. They want a lot of stories because hata mimi sijui pia wao wanaenda wapi na wako na nani. So I'm like, no, I'm fine tu, ni sawa tu. Nilikuwa nimepotea, but if it's not mbali, then I'm okay, thank you. So nikaenda, nikafika. Kufika kwa the entrance, now here we are, another problem. Kuna these security people, bouncers. So I tell them, if you can go and look for so and so and so, anakaa hivi na hivi na hivi, nilikuwa na wao, mimi nikatoka kidogo, and then my phone is off, so now I can't call them. I think bouncer akaona my eyes, how just distressed I was. He was like, madam, kenye utafanya, enda tu uangalie, kwa sasa sisi tukiingia, we don't know how they look exactly. So si nikaingia. Luckily, I think I was just walking, honestly, and me just walking, I saw them. After just a few turns, I saw them, and they saw me. So my neighbor came, akani approach. Akaniambia, Lili umekaa, kwani ulikuwa wapi? Nikamwambia, simu ilizima, your story, nitakwambia tu baadaye. So she saw me, she saw my eyes were a bit swollen. Akaanza, ni nini mbaya, uko poa? Nikamwambia, siko fiti. Akaniambia, okay, so just give me a moment. So I think she went and told her friends, as we are leaving. So akanipeleka home, and we didn't even talk about that story. The next day, I think we talked about it after 2 days. So then now she heard what happened. Akanishow, that's not what you do. You just don't go with strangers. I don't know what, just a lot of things. And me, in my head, I'm already thinking, that is not the experience I thought of clubbing. I really thought like it's going to be fun and everything was just going to be going smoothly, but it actually was the opposite. I almost got killed, I almost got raped, and I was like, no. But back then, when this guy happened from the police, I remember just saying a silent prayer, and I told God, Aki, if you save me today, if I see myself going back home to my parents, I will never ever club again. And I tried, nilijaribu, at least I cleared from 4 bila going back to the club ever again. For me, it was just, no, this is a place where you can die, it's a place where your life can change, it's a place where people don't care about who you are, how small you are. So at least I tried until high school. But what were the lessons here for me? I don't want to sound like I'm judging my parents or like I'm blaming them. They did the best they could in the best way they knew how. But me being a mother right now, I learned that it's good to give your kids some space. And when I say some space, I don't mean spoil them. I just mean learn to know that these kids are also growing. They might need to do other things. So the more space you give them, the better chance of them actually just wanting to do these things. And then they realize, my parent won't even complain even if I go or I don't go. So honestly, they will do it once, twice, thrice. It's not even fun. I'm like, ndio the hype, achane nayo. So usikazie watoto wako sana, cause me all this naivety ikukaziwa, being held like this, kubebwa kila mahali, unapelekwa tao, unapelekwa shule, unarudishwa, unapelekwa, as in everywhere. It's just you and your parent is what made me not even know the corners of town. And yet almost all my life I've been bred and lived in Nairobi. So I didn't even know which corner is which. I also didn't know how to to identify like this is what you're supposed to do with people, these are the boundaries. I didn't even have boundaries because I just think everyone is like my parents, they will take care of me. So giving your children space helps them discover things by themselves. Another thing is communication with your children. Like, let it be an open space. Let your child come and tell you, Mommy, I want to go clubbing. Then you say yes or you say no, and you say no and give reasons. You say no, I think you're still a bit young. I say no, I don't like the crowd you're having. Maybe if so and so came, then there's our pair time. Or maybe if I took you and then I came for you, evil. As in, let it be an open conversation, and it's not about judging. It's not about just throwing your authority over there. It's no, and olale, no. So open communication really helps with your children. Listening to our children is also very important. I've realized most parents, they think maybe children or kids, they don't really know what they want, or they don't mean what they say, or whatever they're going to say anyway, it doesn't make sense, or it's just useless. And that is really a bad thing, because they are human beings, they have feelings, they are trying to also express themselves in the little way that they know how to. So if you just brush them away, they wouldn't ever come again to try and tell you something. And that is seen by the fact that I preferred to go with a guy rather than go with the police guy, because I knew he was going to contact my parents, and then ingekuwa story, and then it would just have been a whole story, rather than just them looking at the fact that why did I do whatever I did. So listening to your kids is important. And but above all, of course, there has to be respect. One is the parent for a reason, and you are the child for a reason. So let's just keep the relationships very mutual and very respectful. As much as we want to be listened as kids, to have freedom of speech, it also has to come from a point of respect and understanding. So that is me. That is my first day in a club experience. I would really love to hear how your first day in the club was. Share in the comment section. And if you really like the video, please feel free to subscribe. Until next time, bye.